You ever wonder if a simple YouTube cartoon could actually follow the same, epic formula as an ancient myth? Well, today we're going to peel back the layers of a popular animation and find something totally universal hiding inside. And that's the classic hero's journey. So, let's break it down.
Okay, so this might sound like a bit of a joke, right? But this question is literally the engine that drives this entire story. It's what grounds our hero, a guy named Iron Babu, in a really relatable human problem. And it's what's going to launch him on this epic quest. All right, so first up, a brother's desperate search. And like all the best quests, this one doesn't kick off with some giant cosmic threat or a supervillain's big speech. Nope, it starts at home with a mother's voice, and she sounds absolutely terrified. And there it is. That's the line. That's the single sentence that just completely shatters the hero's ordinary world. In an instant, the peace is gone, and a problem is thrown at him that, only he can solve. The stakes become personal, super emotional right from the get-go. Now, there's actually a classic term for this in storytelling. It's called the call to adventure. And for our hero, Iron Babu, it's not some, magical scroll or a mysterious wizard showing up at his door. It's his mom's desperate plea. And he answers that call, just like that, without hesitating. He steps out of his normal life and right onto the hero's path. Okay, section 2, the villain's impossible demand. So our hero, he actually finds his missing brother pretty quickly. But here's the catch. He's not safe. Not at all. He's in the clutches of this local goon, a guy named Baloo, who throws up an obstacle that's designed to feel, completely impossible. And the whole conflict is built on just how absurd this is. So, the crime? A kid broke a window with a cricket ball. And the punishment? The goon demands 90 lakh rupees. I mean, come on. This has nothing to do with justice. It's purely a storytelling tool, right? It's designed to create an obstacle that feels absolutely insurmountable. Yeah, let's just look at that number, 90 lakh. That is a figure that's meant to make you panic. It's meant to create total despair. Not just for the hero, but for us watching, too. This is basically the dragon he has to slay. The massive mountain he's suddenly got to climb.
And his reaction, it perfectly illustrates the hero's lowest point. You can just feel the doubt. He's staring down the scale of this challenge, and he feels totally powerless. And you know what? Every single great hero has this exact moment, that rock bottom, right before they find their strength.
So, what does a hero do when he's facing a financial demand that's just impossible? Well, in this very modern story, he doesn't stumble upon some ancient treasure map or a magic lamp. Nope, he finds a local flyer. And as fate, or, just really good storytelling would have it, a local wrestling match is offering a prize. And guess what? It's the exact amount he needs. It's this one single winner-take-all shot to save his brother. So the path forward is suddenly crystal clear. But man, is it dangerous. Okay, now this is where the story gets really, really cool. Our hero, Iron Babu, he literally turns to the camera and asks us, the viewers, for help. He says his power comes directly from likes and subscribes. The fourth wall, it doesn't just get broken, it's completely shattered. And this is just a brilliant 21st century twist on another classic storytelling idea called supernatural aid, right? In the ancient myths, a god might come down and give the hero a magic sword. But in this story, the audience provides the magic through digital engagement. We are literally empowering the hero on his quest. All right, on to part 4, the champion's unlikely victory. So fueled by the power from his new digital allies, yep, that's us, Iron Babu steps into the ring, and he's got to face this massive wrestler named Hulku. This is it, the ultimate test. And the rewards are laid out plain as day. First, you've got the 90 lakh rupees. That's the elixir, right? The thing he needs to solve the whole problem. And then there's a Thar vehicle, which is basically a symbol of his victory, of his new status as a champion. And with our help, with our power, he pulls it off. The narrator confirms it. Iron Babu wins. It's this classic David and Goliath moment, The unlikely hero takes down the giant and secures the treasure he needs to finish his quest. Now, winning the prize, that was the big climax, but the journey isn't quite over yet. We're in the final act now. The hero has to go back to where it all started and use his reward to finally set things right. And this timeline here, it just maps out that classic structure perfectly, doesn't it? You've got the missing brother, that's the call to adventure. The villain's demand and the wrestling match, those are the trials, the victory. And now, the final step, rescuing his brother and returning home.
And this is so important. The journey was never about personal gain. Iron Babu confronts the goon, pays that ridiculous ransom, and finally frees his brother. He's completed his quest. He has returned, he's transformed, and he's used his newfound power to heal his world. So it leaves you with this question, right? How do these ancient story patterns manage to survive on platforms like YouTube? Well, I think what this little animation really shows us is that storytelling itself is timeless. The tech changes, sure. The supernatural aid might come from a subscribe button instead of a magic sword now. But that fundamental journey of a hero facing impossible odds to save someone they love, well, that's a story that will always, always find a way to be told.